So have you ever wondered what happens if you rent from the same rental place like all week long? So this here is BWI car rental place, and I rent from them whenever I feel like it. But today I'm gonna like rent a car for a bunch of days, maybe like 5 or 6 days, and we'll see what happens. So right off the bat, it looks like they have cars. And of course my name's on the board, so here we go. I'm not that cool, so I can't get the Porsche. But there's some Chevys, there's some Buicks, there's a Taurus down there, and there's an Infiniti here. We'll take the Infiniti with a beat up Cali plate. Or not. It smells like smoke. I don't think I have driven a Taurus recently, and I don't feel like a little Buick up there, and I'm not cool enough to get that upgrade. So day one, a Taurus. Just broke that. It smells decent. We will survive. First off, the seat is super low, but there's power seats, so here we go. Nice. It's a Ford. It's a Ford. Got it. Ooh. That's bright. 43,000 miles. That's pretty high mileage. Come on, Hertz. Hold on, I gotta check outside and make sure like there's no dents and stuff. So there is one dent. And when you rent a car, it's always good to like make note of that and tell them about it. So I'm gonna try to be as clear about this process as possible. This is a Sunday night. Selection is not that hot, but I haven't driven this car before, so it's kind of a cool thing for me, you know? It's not everybody's cup of tea. But you know what? Sometimes it's nice to have a polizia car. Hey, what's up?
A whole lot of nothing.
All right. I noticed there's a little dent on the doors on this side, passenger side. It's kind of like over in this area. How's your evening going?
Slow.
Right on.
It's like it's dragging.
Okay.
I wish you wouldn't.
Thank you. 43153. I noticed this this car only is like down a quarter. I will fill it up, but I just wanted to make that note.
See you tomorrow.
Hey, cheers. So where Hertz is in BWI Airport is, it's like great for returning because it's like the first thing, but when you leave, you have to drive all the way around the rental car center. Here's me, and I'm headed out, and I will probably see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have anything to say about the car, but at least you'll be able to see it during the daytime. But yeah, first time driving a Taurus. Okay, so actually, fun fact, I had a Taurus when I was a kid. Our family drove a Taurus wagon. This car would be way cooler if it were a wagon, but you know, I'm afraid if it was a wagon today, it would look too much like a Dodge Magnum wagon, because I don't know, but I feel like that could also ruin things. Fun fact, if you're renting at the BWI airport, right down the street is an Amazon fulfillment center. So, you know, if you are into Amazon and ordering things, they are working overtime some days. You know, like around Black Friday tonight. Tonight's a pretty chill night. Things are not always busy. During the holidays, it's busier. All right, see you tomorrow. So, still wearing a mask in the vehicle because pandemic, and number two, it smells a little bit like smoke. Not as bad as the Infiniti did, but it's not ideal. The one thing I've noticed is in the back it has heated seats. It also has a snow brush, which is great because sometimes it snows in Maryland. And overall, I think it's a pretty good vehicle, and I would drive it. However, this one, I don't know. Like, the alignment is out or something, and it doesn't matter if it's like a super easy to use vehicle, or that these are great and like that it has a heated steering wheel and heated seats and heated rear seats. It's just like, it wouldn't matter if this is a Malibu or whatever. If it has an alignment issue, I'm going to complain about it. And what I would really like to see of this is the Limited, right? So what I would like to see and like to drive is the all-wheel drive version of this in snow. Overall, great power, great everything, but it's like, I don't know, I went to the doctor's office this morning and I felt like an old person, and maybe I am. And I guess I just had one more ergonomic complaint. Why is the trunk button like over here? I guess like that would be great if the passenger needs something, but like I guess I'm just used to them being here or like on the door. But can we talk about the trunk space? I mean, like, this trunk is ginormous. And yes, there's a spare tire. And yes, there's a pole handle in case you get stuck in the trunk. Hopefully you don't. So yeah, overall view of this Taurus Limited is nice. I would drive one, but I would want an all-wheel drive, and I would want better tires, and I would want the alignment or whatever is wrong with this. If you take this car, this is a rental, over like 60 miles an hour, there's a rumble bumble. I don't know what that is, but it just, something's not quite right with it. 43,000 miles on a rental is super high though. Like, so it probably has never had maintenance. I don't know, it probably has. Also, like, when you connect your iPhone or your Galaxy phone or whatever to a rental car, just remember to delete it afterwards, or don't have it synced to where it remembers your phone. Sometimes when I rent a car, there's like a maintenance ding to it, like this car needs an oil change. This car hasn't done that, so it probably is fine as far as oil changes goes, but it is not a smooth drive. Everything under like 50-ish feels normal, except for that humble bumble rumble. I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna find out because I'm returning this. And we're returning this in 3, 2, 1. And it looks like I am the only one dropping a car off. I wonder what the car selection is gonna be like. So I dropped off that one, and here goes round 2. There's a good handful of options, it looks like. So there's a Expedition, a van, I don't like that. There's a Mustang. It's a convertible, probably not. It's a Toyota Sequoia, that's a maybe. There's a this, I love the color. Range Rover, I feel like I rented that the other week. This is cute. What's that? It's a pickup. If this one doesn't smell like smoke, I'm gonna take the pickup. It smells pretty good. So like you're supposed to do with every car, you walk around, check and make sure there's no bumps and scrapes. This looks good. And also I really like pickups, so here we go. 18351.
There you are. Thank you.
Hey,
Good night.
thank you so much. Take care. Guess I'll be ready if it snows, huh?
Yes, definitely.
This thing is a gnarly beast. I think it's a long bed. Okay, so I don't think this is the first time I've driven a Ram. Like, somebody left a dually in my parents' driveway once and I took it for a drive. I will guess I'll drive it around tomorrow and see what happens. But you know what would be fun is if I like installed a snowplow on this and returned it, but don't have a budget for that. If you want to donate that, I'll do it. So I'm getting out here later than I anticipated. I had a lot of stuff to do at work today, and so this is apparently a 2020 Ram 1500 Classic, which means they haven't gone on to the new style. This one is the Hemi 5.7, and what I found about this, so remember how last night I was like, yeah, this is great for winter, you know, four-wheel drive. It doesn't have four-wheel drive. You remember when I flipped the switch from park to drive? That's the four-wheel drive knob. If this actually had four-wheel drive, this would have a column stack thingy. There would be like a brum ba 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 ba. But yeah, all this has is the to drive, and I was like, oh hey, this is a new feature. Nope, it just means that, you know, the back seat space is amazing. I'm not gonna get it back there because, you know, I'm not gonna talk about how much space is back there. It's a decent amount. I wouldn't have a problem with it, but your legs are gonna be different than mine, so it doesn't make sense for me to tell you unless you were like standing next to me like, yeah, I know your legs. Mark. A couple things. There's buttons for the heated seats and the heated steering wheel. Yes, this has cloth seats, but it has the cool things. But while I was driving last night back, I found them in the climate control settings. So you can either tap on the screen or use the buttons. The airflow is this fan thing, and it's cool. But I feel like it should have a second knob to turn up the heat or down the heat. Nope, you gotta click through the buttons, and you gotta click through the buttons, and that takes a few too many clicks. The Classic it's well appointed. It has all the Bluetooth thingies, your Bluetooth audio, you can play your phone over it, whatever. Heated mirrors, that bedliner's coated. Oh, all the defrosty things. This is also a nice spot to put your phone here. No, it doesn't charge it, but it holds it well. Not that you would be taking this off-road, but you probably could. But like, you wouldn't want to get in too bad of a situation, because like at some point you need four-wheel drive. Household plug, like a house. Meh. What's up? Cool thing is the inside air is actually a pickup truck. Also has a navigation system. That's cool. I was not expecting that on a vehicle like this. Apparently the Classic has it. I don't know what trim level this is, but that's great. It says Home Link. Yeah, you see that? Automatic back window, which is great. Not that you need it, but I guess they're great for, I don't know, see previous video. So overall, would I get this? Yes, I would, but in four-wheel drive. So on that note, let's go back to the rental car center and pick up something that is four-wheel drive, because it's supposed to snow. Alright, so we dropped it off. Bye-bye. Look how empty it is here. So, believe it or not, there's another Classic. There's a Camaro here. There's some GMC down there. And then there's this 300, which is probably all-wheel drive. But this is the one that's catching my eye today. All-wheel drive Jaguar F-Pace. The tires seem really good on it. Smell test. This has 33,000 miles, but it still smells pretty clean. So let's take it.
Good evening, how you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
What's the mileage in there for you?
33110.
And it is full, right?
Let's see here. Yes.
How about the fuel purchase option?
I will fill it.
Alright, then we're going to finish up and get you rock and rolling. Anything else I can do for you this evening?
That's all. I appreciate it, man. We are off on another adventure. You might remember I borrowed somebody's I-Pace. That was electric. This is the F-Pace. It's not electric, but I checked it and the tires are good. Number one. Number two, it's all-wheel drive, and there's supposed to be a bunch of snow. So I guess this will be a snow test on the Jaguar F-Pace. I hope they put a brush in here because I don't want to go to Costco or Walmart or Target. It's not good to look for stuff right before a snowstorm. Get on the road, shutting off the light. Take care. See you when it's daylight. Look at this gross mess. Let's see. I'm gonna try getting away with not clearing off the windshield. So I think this is gonna be a pretty good test. And the reason why I say that is because, yes. First off, we're gonna stick it in snow mode. Because it's both has snowed and now it's raining. Then I'm gonna go here, it says ASI suite, all surface information. I'm gonna do low friction launch, okay. And I'm gonna hit activate because, yeah, you can see that. And then I'm gonna go back here and then I'm gonna look at all surface information when we take off. Here we go. You can see how much is being used right now. It's actually handling the snow really well. When I stop, I should like clear off the windshield because it's pretty gross right now. And you can see exactly how much of the all-wheel drive is being used. So that low friction launch stuff is pretty good. At least it seems like it. Roads are crummy. I guess the main drags are sort of good. It's the neighborhoods that haven't been cleared yet. So what I missed about this model is like it has the panel roof, leather seats, everything, but there's no heated seats and there's no hand warming. Oh, that's fun. It's really disgusting out and everyone's driving slow, so I should drive slow too. So let's go look around the car real quick. It's rainy and I'm not wearing boots and it is slushy as anything. Like, but this is absolutely handling it like a beast. And I have zero complaints. Look at how snowy it is. I should clear off the front. That is literally all for my walk around because like there's a mess outside. It's very wintry. That's for Maryland. I wish it would stay longer, but this is not gonna stay. It's gonna be gone by tomorrow. But between now and then, there's gonna be a lot of car accidents. There's gonna be a lot of people flying off the road. Right before this, like a couple days ago, there was a lot of rain. 3 cars off the road, just driving home from a doctor's appointment. I'm just like, temperatures get colder, people's tires get brittle. It's what it is. You have bad tires on a summer day, you'll probably survive. You have bad tires on a rainy, cold day, you might not. One thing I thought I might point out here is it shows your trajectory where your steering wheel is aligned. So if that helps you to get out of a sticky situation, that's cool, I guess. I wasn't used to the windshield wipers. You flip them up to go up. Certain cars have that, mine doesn't, so that threw me off for a sec. There's a lot of good stuff like rear fog lights. Rear fog lights turn on a brighter beam in the back. The illumination thing is like a little button that you pop out of here and twist back and forth. That's a little different than I've seen in other cars. Cool. I wish this was an auto start stop. You can pick your cameras in this car. Basically, you have one. There's really not a lot of options here. I should put that on. Now you really hear it. Parking sensors, I think they're not working right now. I didn't clear the car off, so the parking sensors aren't like working right now. One ergonomic complaint I have on this I'm not used to having this up here. That was a little bit much. Your lock controls are still down here, but all your window controls are way up here, and your mirror controls. It's probably fine. One thing I turned off in this car, in addition to the auto start stop, was lane keep assist. I do not like lane keep assist in some of these vehicles. It just feels like it's controlling things too much. So you have it on and then it tells you if you're starting to wander. The only time I would use that is if I'm driving at night sleepy, and you shouldn't be driving at night sleepy, but I'm just saying on really long road trips it's nice to have something that buzzes at you or tries to keep you in a lane. Or in my Hyundai it just beeps if you go out of the lane, and I hate that. I like it if I'm tired. Don't drive tired. This is cool. Full panel roof. Absolutely full panel roof. And you can see the snow's already kind of mostly off of it. But I think this is pretty much as basic as you get for a Jaguar SUV. But it seems to be really good in the snow. I don't have a GoPro here, so I'm not gonna leave a camera in the rain while I drive in the snow, but maybe I can drive here a little bit in the parking lot and you can see. But it's just a really good start stop. And this is slushy snow, so like it snowed for a few hours and now it's just raining. Gross and slimy, but it's a great start stop. No complaints. Alright, gonna have to take this car back. Day is coming to a close and I'll have to, fingers crossed, get another vehicle that has all-wheel drive. Hopefully I can find such. If not, it's gonna be a real fun adventure of a night. I can just stop here in the middle of... It's loud. Just because I haven't cleaned it, okay? Don't judge me. But you just stop in the middle here and start whenever, no problem. Absolutely no slip, just picks up and goes right away. How many inches is this? Probably 3 or 4 inches, but they're mushy inches. And if you want to pick up, it'll pick up real good. I mean, there's really no slipping and sliding on this. Hope I don't like not see a curb here in this parking lot though. But yeah, absolutely no complaints in this weather. So that was that. I am off to find something else. This is a Wednesday night and we are looking a lot more full with lots more options across the board. Let's go find something else with all-wheel drive and hopefully we can find something with a heated steering wheel. So I love this color. Not all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure that's all-wheel drive. This looks absolutely gnarly. This is a GT. It very well could be all-wheel drive. Gladiator. I love Gladiators. But I'm gonna check this Merc over here is, choices. We're taking the Merc. And the reason is because I haven't reviewed that on this channel yet. This is why you don't set up profiles in your rental car. It wants to greet me as Leslie. I am not Leslie. Here we go. I like how these cars drive. I've driven them before. Seat controls are on the door. Do we have heated seats? Do we have a heated steering wheel? Not looking hopeful. So I guess my hands and my bum will remain cold because no heated seat. But I got all-wheel drive in theory, so shouldn't be stuck with anything. But the roads are fine. Everything's fine now. I'll show you a couple more things tomorrow.
Good evening. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's 12,758.
And it is full, right?
Yep. Looks like it.
Yeah, that was actually last year. It was a stretch about, I think, 3 months, where this guy comes in and makes up to 4 reservations per day.
Per day?
Per day. And takes all 4.
So you kept seeing him in the same day?
Yeah, he would take one, return one, then take another one, return that one.
All in the same day.
All
So
the same day.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
And he said, it builds up points, I got nothing better to do.
Okay.
Am I gonna see you tomorrow?
I'll probably, yeah, I'm here for a couple more nights.
Okay.
Yeah. Take care.
Friend, you're good to go.
All right. And I'll see you tomorrow. So you know when there's bad weather, you end up using washer fluid. Well, this is what I've been getting all day. So I'm gonna fix that. Basically, sometimes when I go to rent cars, I try to make them a little better. There's 2 things I'm gonna fix on this. One, the license plate in the front is dinged up a bit. I'm gonna try and fix that. Number 2, washer fluid. I'm gonna add washer fluid to this thing. There's just a couple things I want to talk about before I'm gonna fix those issues. The steering wheel stock. So, like, a lot of cars have this thing, or this thing, or this thing to select to drive modes, but this is very different, and I forgot about that till last night. Basically, all you have to do is put your foot on the brake, flip it down, and you're in drive. At the end, you can just hit this button here, and it parks you. Alternatively, if you flip it up, you're in reverse instantly. And speaking of reverse, the camera on here is phenomenal. What does this do? Wide angle, I guess. If you're skipping through songs, you swipe along here. Now, if it was me designing this, I'd like to have buttons in the shape so that I could feel it when I'm driving. I guess you would get used to it, but since there's no sensory stuff here, it just feels a little bit different. This changes your controls, so I'm gonna put it in park here. Ooh, comfort seat kinetics. Seat kinetics. You know what? Whatever. I don't know what's going on here. So as I was gonna say, dynamics. You can flip this here, and you got these several modes here. You got eco, you got sport, and comfort. And individual, which is, I don't know what, but sport, eco, and comfort. I've been running in eco and comfort. This is not the time of year to be running sport. This button, you press this button, and it gives you access to these controls. This button is a star. You press it, and you get like setup assistant, and yeah, it's just, I guess it's favorites or something. If you press nav on this, nothing happens. So I'm pretty sure I have the base model of this Merc, but whatever. Here, a radio and media, and that, you know, will be that for you. And then, of course, you have telephone. So if you hit telephone, it gives you all your telephone options. Along here is just, it's basically auto climate control. And same here, passenger and driver have separate ones. So that's cool. All right, so this does have the panel roof, which is kind of cool. And that's all there is. It's a panel roof. You can't open it. Not recommended in the winter, but look at me now. What you're gonna do. So first off, I'm gonna add some of this. Try to pour carefully. Just like camping, leave it better than you found it. We're gonna put a bunch of this in so the next person can have a better winter experience. Now, you see what's wrong with the license plate here? It's like bent up. And then just bend it back into shape. I brought a rubber mallet, but it's not necessary. We're just basically making sure this looks better. What's wrong? Oh, it's upside down. You're right. Just hand tighten, basically. That looks a lot better. Doesn't look like it just hit a post. So yeah, just minor deets. Look how clean this thing is. This is hot, don't touch. Follow the rules. One thing I would notice here is this was parked under a ginkgo tree at some point. And we're gonna take these, put these over here. I remember once I rented a car from Sixt. This whole thing was caked up in leaves. It was disgusting. I was like, do you guys ever give your cars maintenance? The car had been sitting under a tree for years. It was the same year, model year, so you know what? Some car companies take care of their cars better than others. So basically this Mercedes A-Class is, I don't know, I would say it's like your Honda Civic / Toyota Corolla, but German. So, you know, it's a sweet ride. Would I drive one of these? Yeah, it's all-wheel drive. This is great for stuff around here. Is it more fun than a Honda Civic or a Corolla? Probably. Has a nice pep to it, but it's pretty basic. I don't know, I'm assuming there's better levels that are more options, but you can get Corollas that are more option than this thing. So it is what it is, but I like it. Would I drive one myself? Probably not, but that's not because the car is bad. It's just I have a beef with Mercedes. So when I was a kid, I would call car companies to ask them to give me car brochures. And lo and behold, I called Mercedes one day, and they asked for something like driver's license information. And I was like, I'm like 12, I don't have that. And they're like, oh, sorry, we only give to licensed drivers. So I called BMW, and they sent me brochures. No questions asked. So, I mean, if Mercedes wants to one day say, hey, we're sorry, we apologize for that, I'd be happy to drive one of these. But until then, I mean, there's so many other options I can forfeit driving a Mercedes. No big deal. Mercedes, pay attention to the next generation. Because now that I'm at an age where I can buy a car, Mercedes doesn't really hold interest for me. I don't mind driving them as a rental, but you ruined me when I was young. End of sob story. Returning this car. There's actually a few people dropping off their cars at this time, and look at the selection. This is a Thursday. This is where all the cars are. Empty on Monday, full on Thursday. No surprises there. So, what was the name of that car? Eloise? I forgot. Murano. Do we want a Murano? Probably not. What's this one? Do we want another one of those? Maybe not. Infinity. Ford. We could do another license plate fix. What is this? If it's four-wheel drive, might take it. Nope. I hate the seating position of these. Oh, we could take anything in the 5-star rack. Let's take a Chinook from California. SLT. And I don't know if this has, doing my walk around. If this smells good, we're taking it. Rip the seal. It's not the most nice smelling, but we're gonna take it anyway. This is another interesting one. You got buttons. So park, reverse, neutral, drive. And we're just gonna press the, pull the drive like a window thing.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Gold member?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Just noticed there's a scratch right around the bumper where you're loading luggage on the...
On the trunk? On the
Yeah,
back?
yeah, on the passenger side back there.
Okay. I'll make a note of it on the reservation for you.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
So here we are, off on another adventure with a Jamak. Now, I call them Jamaks because that's what I called them when I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe 4. I was just learning how to read, and phonetically it made total sense to say Jamak. So that's why I still call them Jamaks. This one's alright. And I'll show it to you tomorrow in the light. But there goes the rental car center. Let's see, we got one more rental, I think. Okay, now I'm just going to show you quick how to connect a phone and how my process of phone connectivity goes. So I'll hit connect a phone, add phone, and then you go into your settings. We'll just go down to here and select, and you'll hit pair. You're gonna hit pair up here. This is the critical part when pairing your phone that everyone misses. When it wants to sync your contacts, say don't allow, and then you should be connected. And here we go, off on another adventure. I will see you tomorrow when it's light outside. So, just want to say this car is a pretty normal car. It's like every other crossover on the market. It's well appointed. And it has a decent amount of cargo space, and you can hide stuff under there. I don't know if it's just because I'm doing all these mini reviews, but like nothing really stands out to me in this car. I don't know if that's sad or what. Other than, of course, the park, drive, neutral shifter thingy, which is buttons in a slightly different place than other cars. That's about all that's different from every other car on the road. Back seats, normal. Front seats, normal. So yes, this does have, that's my wallet, don't worry about it. Yes, it does have heated seats, and you can select whether you want just your back heated or your back and your bum heated. Also, there's like a snow mode. I still don't know if this has all-wheel drive or not, and I haven't taken it to a spot to figure it out. Dual climate, yes. And this is what I was talking about. Like weird, but whatever. Of course, it has like things like fogs. And yeah, of course you have all your things, all your normal things. I don't know what Marketplace is. What if I like bought a bunch of stuff on here? No thanks. Got that on my phone. It's interesting you can button through your low gears. Feels a little weird, but it works, I'm sure. I'll turn that off. And then reverse and park. So yeah, I guess the only reason I got this yesterday was because I hadn't driven one before. It hasn't impressed me, but it hasn't disappointed me. That being said, I'm still taking this back because I have one more car to get. So Friday must be the busy day. Cars stacked, lots of cars available. Now let's go see what we can find here. For some reason that Dodge Charger is still here. It's been here all week. Wait, maybe not. But so I like this car a lot, but I like Volvos too. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Volvo. So with this, it's like a twisty thing. One thing I noticed this time around when I dropped off the car, there was a Ford Explorer, current model year, probably 2020, 2021, and it had safety recall written on it. So they're taking care of the recalls. That's nice to know. I'm here with the S90. Haven't driven one of these for a while. I love the Camaro, but I've already featured a Camaro on the channel, so going with something that I haven't featured here, and that is here, the Volvo S90. How's it going?
Back again, huh?
Last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
You're a little early today, aren't you?
Yep.
Hey, that's all good with me.
And we're off with the last rental. And the steering wheel is heated. And the seat is heated. And it's all-wheel drive as far as I know. And it's all I could ever ask for. I don't know if I'm a wimp or what, but it's cold outside. This one has a little bit bigger display than you would expect. It has the navigation integrated in, which is real cool. I don't know, if you have music over here, you can have that, or vice versa. It's kind of cool. There's the pano roof here. Big fan of pano roofs. Anyway, I'll say a few more things when I'm stopped, so we don't have to do this signal-to-signal type thing. So one thing I like about this car is it has the pilot assist thing. You take this off, it's gonna steer the car without you. So it's kind of like one of the first iterations of autopilot, but it will remind you way sooner than other things. So we have a slight curve coming up here. I'm just gonna take off my hands. You have to keep reminding it that you are willing to touch the steering wheel, but it's kind of cool. So I just want to say, Friday afternoon, the challenge is pretty much over, and this is probably the most different of all of the cars I've rented, just because there's that luxury level and then there's the cool features. And I love the autopilot, and the S90 is one of my favorite cars to rent. I don't often see it, but today I found it. I'm gonna enjoy it this weekend. Well, for, 30 hours or whatever. Rented it till Saturday night. But if the snow comes, I'm ready. I don't think it's gonna snow anymore. So it's been a pretty good day of driving this. I just filled it up with gas, taking it back. Everything's done. This experiment is over. I'm tired of driving from my house to the airport car rental place, but you know what? It is what it is. A couple things with this car. Infotainment system is gonna take a little while for you to get used to. If you pair your phone to make calls, you're gonna have to figure out how to pair it for also playing music, and it's just, some of it's not ingenious, but for the driving things like holding it in lane and stuff, I kind of like this car. The lights are really good at night. They kind of follow where you go. Every car has its quirks, and this car isn't the most ergonomic when it goes to like when we're talking about adjusting the volume on the radio. The Mercedes was way better at that. This is buttons. The other one had a scroll wheel, like the scroll wheel. This has a scroll wheel, but it's for like the drive things like comfort, eco sport, whatever. I guess my biggest beef with this is the infotainment system is just has a lot going on, and you're gonna need to spend some time with the owner's manual to figure it out. Thankfully, it has the owner's manual built in, so you can sit there and read it if you want to. But as for me, this is over. This is done. I'm done. And I'm not going to rent cars for a while. Famous last words. I sure hope those aren't my last words. And my last words aren't that, actually. My last words are... So like, comment, subscribe. That's all I have to say. Have a nice day.